What's up, guys? Tuki here, back again with some more NHL 16 and my Boston Bruins GM mode. Finally, my god, the problems with Xbox Live the past few days. Even trying the whole go offline trick to get this video done, it hasn't worked. I haven't even been able to start up NHL for the most part, but we are here. We are finally here, dying to get this video done. As you can see, we are currently in third place. We are dead set on retaining our championship here. We are at the beginning of the new year. It is January, and hopefully we're going to be simming up into April and get to the start of the playoffs. Now, I'm not sure where this team's going to be, but there are some big names, some big guys that we could pick up with expiring contracts, including Alex Ovechkin or Corey Perry. That's the hope, is that we're in a playoff spot. Of course, with our abundance of draft picks, being able to trade some of them and get our team even further. But that remains to be seen. We get a nice 2-1 win over Tampa. And, we'll do the scouting assignment. For the most part, we're going to do the quick sim just to get a lot of this episode done. Again, the game plan is to get up through April. But we're starting off nice, 2 consecutive wins. Can we get a win against LA? And I didn't set it to sim. My bad. That is embarrassing. And we lose in overtime. But not too bad, only missing out on 1 point so far. And quickly as well, what I should have pointed out was the injured reserve. Philly Polka obviously healthy. He got injured at the end of last episode. Subban still 4 weeks away. But Anton Forsberg is getting it done for us. So right now, still in third place, but we're not in a bad spot. And what the hell am I doing? I was going to switch us to our backup goalie, but I'm really hoping too that these moves really turn out to be the right thing. Like right now, Jake DeBrusk has some good progression going on. The Scott Laughton trade was just absolutely gigantic. But Maurice Mathot, you still get the opportunity. I want Evan Fitzpatrick to get all the time he possibly can. And can we get a win against the Anaheim Ducks? And it's a 4-1 win. Further proving you never know what the hell is going to happen in this sim as we win with a 73 overall goalie. My god, there is just no strategy. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe Anaheim is just that bad. So again, to save on a little bit of time, we're going to sim up to the All-Star break. We have 5 games, all against Western Conference opponents, so this could be a big swing for us. But when we get back, we'll see how we have done. Can Anton Forsberg lead the way? And we are back, and again, we're in a pretty good spot. 3-2 loss to the Arizona Coyotes, but that was the only regulation loss. We get points for the rest of the way, including beating Arizona again 4-1, so we're not in too bad of a spot. Still in third place though, Ottawa and Florida. Somewhat real to life there. Well, maybe not with Ottawa, but with Florida leading the way. But again, the big thing, we're doing this without Malcolm Subban. We're doing this without our big time goaltenders. So let's sim up through these next 4 games. Forsberg has been in the entire time. We get an offer from the New York Rangers. Honestly, we don't need any more draft picks. We really don't. We have too many as it is. We're going to have to trade a ton of them. And again, that's the plan. Get Ovechkin, get Corey Perry, someone who can really help bolster our offense. Although right now we're not really doing too bad. We get the wins against Toronto, Pittsburgh, and Washington. A 2-1 loss to the Columbus Blue Jackets, who still have a ridiculous record. But there we go. We are now just 4 weeks away. March 3rd, the trade deadline. Maurice Mathot, lead the way. Can you get us a win against Carolina? And he can. It's a shootout win. 1-0. This game is just so goddamn weird for a 73 overall keeper to win his 2 games so far in the sim. Not too bad. A shutout included. But again, Anton Forsberg's our goalie, and we're in second place in our division. This game just... That's... I do kind of regret the way the series has gone a little bit, because we've done a lot of flip-flopping, a lot of different things that we've tried out. But at the very least, I get to kind of know what this, what you have to do to build a team properly. But anytime I start to think, okay, I'm getting what this game's about, stuff like that happens, where you see teams who are doing extremely well in the sim that just, they shouldn't be. They're being led by 78 overall goalies. And Malcolm Subban, welcome back, buddy. Our starting goalie has returned. I'm sure he is still hurt. So that's the debate now. Actually, he might not be. Is he? Please don't be hurt. He is still hurt. So I'm going to risk it. I'm going to keep Anton Forsberg as the starter for now, and just hopefully he doesn't whine and complain about being scratched. That would absolutely suck for his overall deployment once again. Maurice Mathot, once again, the backup down in Providence. And again, it really sucks that they lose morale when you send them down. I really wish you could say, like, hey, you did an amazing job for us. Keep doing what you're doing. But there's nothing like that. It's kind of unrealistic. I don't know how many AHL goalies who get sent down on after an emergency call-up, how many of them are going to really be that deflated about, being sent down. You know what's going to happen. You're eventually going to be sent down once the guy is ready. And speaking of being ready, Malcolm Subban should be back for this next game. I actually don't think we're going to be able to stop the sim to get him in against Dallas. We'll spam the B button. We cannot. It is a 3-2 loss, so watch up top here. We'll see. Will Malcolm Subban complain about being scratched? And it's a fucking Christmas miracle. He didn't. Holy shit. Anton Forsberg, you've done amazing for us. 35 games played, 20 wins, a .935 save percentage, and a .191 goals against average. An absolute revelation once we picked him up. Again, the perfect backup, getting the job done when we needed him to. We won't take a look at the stats yet. I'll try to save that for last. But as you can see, the fourth line getting some pretty damn good progression. Well, pretty damn good. It's all 1 point, but again, they go from 82s to 83s. That's what I want to see. I mean, I'm not asking for too much out of the fourth line. And unfortunately, we're back in third place. That is a little bit concerning, but let's move forward. Malcolm Subban gets these next 2 games, and we'll take care of player morale first. So here we go. Moving forward, San Jose, we get a nice 4-0 win in Subban's return. 2 straight wins, only 1 goal allowed for Malcolm Subban. Puts us back into second place in the Atlantic, and I actually want to take a look. Johnny Gaudreau, our leading scorer. Whew, we are 5 points behind Florida with 4 games at hand. That is what I like to see. Plenty of time to catch up to them. Plenty of time, but here we go. Let's get Forsberg back into the lineup. Good thing is Subban up to a 90 overall, still trending downward in terms of morale. That is concerning, but let's get this game in. Anton Forsberg, he's going to get some work. We have quite a few back-to-backs. It's a 5-3 loss. A little bit disappointing, but I'm not too upset. I mean, if we're going to lose, it does suck to lose to Chicago because they're terrible this year in this sim, but at the very least, it's a Western Conference team. But we're going to go ahead and sim these next 4 games. Let's see what happens. Unfortunately, not the best week for us. 2-2 record losses to Minnesota and Detroit, wins against Montreal and Buffalo. Let's sim this game for Anton Forsberg. It's another loss, so he has yet to win since Malcolm Subban has returned, and that drops us back into third place. Although I'm sure we still have some games at hand, but it is looking like we're going to be stocking up here and hopefully getting that top spot. God, do we pull the trigger now? Because that's the thing. I'm worried. I like the setup. The team's obviously gelling very well, but if we make these moves, 2 people have to sit. Probably Nash and Senshin. I'm not quite sure. Maybe even Fellhaber, who's not doing terrific. And yeah, Fellhaber's really struggling this season. You know what? Let's make these moves. Let's make them right now. Now, this is a very expensive rental because Ovechkin will be just that. He is going to be a rental. But we have an abundance of picks, so 2 seconds and a third for Alexander Ovechkin. Finally traded from the Washington Capitals. That will hopefully give us a boost we need, but we are not done yet. I'm going to take a look and see if we can get, and never mind, Corey Perry is no longer on the trading block. That is fucking embarrassing. God damn it.
You suck, you jackass.
So here it is, the lines going forward. We're going to roll with Ovechkin, Bergeron, Pasta. You can take a look at the rest of the lines if you want to pause. But Alex Ovechkin, 21 goals, 27 assists. Again, it's a high-priced rental, but can he put us over the top? We are going to work him on the left side despite being a right-handed shot. Simply put, I don't want to play anybody else out of position. So we'll see if that affects him too much. If there's one guy who it shouldn't affect, it should be Alex Ovechkin. And thankfully, this trade's at a point where Ovechkin's much later on in his career, so it's not like, oh, you just went out and got Alex Ovechkin. That's unrealistic. It's been many years. Washington still yet to win. We split back-to-back games against St. Louis, and we get a nice 7-3 win against Tampa. We'll have to change out the goalies really quick before we play the Florida Panthers. So here we go. It's a very, very big game for Anton Forsberg. We give him a chance against Atlantic leading Florida, and we falter. I didn't plan that out too well. St. Louis offering us a ridiculous deal. I'm not even going to take a look at Barbashev, though. Looking earlier, I knew he was very low in terms of morale. I'm going to really quickly take another look at who is available. How's Ovi doing? Ovi already has quite a few points. That's what I like to see. Malcolm Subban's kind of in the middle, though, in terms of his morale. But I'm going to take one more look, see if there's anybody else. Second trade we have made. It's Matt Niskanen. We're looking to shore up the defense. We're not immediately going to put him in there. He is a rental. Nikita Zhevpalov's lost his spot because we had to send down Ty Fellhaber. But we give away 2 third-round picks, and Zhevpalov's a prospect who isn't going to pan out. For 84 overall, Matt Niskanen, again, shoring up that defense. Another depth guy, another rental. We are making a cup run. That is it. No more deals to be done. Alex Ovechkin and Matt Niskanen will be it. We're going to be moving forward here probably until the Philly game. We're going to want Malcolm Subban against Columbus, New York, offering us some draft picks. We're going to decline. We get a nice 6-2 win. But again, the offense, Ovechkin is here. The defense, if somebody goes down, we have Niskanen and Austin Strand who are there and ready. I'm a little bit worried about Strand. We weren't able to send him down without risk of losing him on waivers, but I really feel like this team now is primed. We were looking at somebody else. We were actually looking at Mark Stahl on defense and Alex Steen on offense. That didn't work out, but right now this went, and Austin Strand loses some momentum, or some morale I should say, but that went about as well as I could have hoped for. 4 straight wins now. We'll probably lose the Philly game because I said that. We're still in 3rd place. How is that possible? Ovechkin now our leading scorer. We are 4 points back, still 2 points back clear of the Ottawa Senators. But look at that, the top 3, the separation. We are 12 points ahead of Detroit and Tampa. So the top 3, it's top heavy in the Atlantic, but we should have more than enough to make the playoffs here. Forsberg in against Philly, and then we're going to do a lot of simming here. We're going to the end of the season, and I'm sure this episode by now is going a little bit long. A 5-0 loss to the Flyers, though, is not what I like to see, and now I'm a little bit concerned because Anton Forsberg has really dropped off ever since Malcolm Subban has returned. As I said, we're going to be simming quickly. 6 games. We're going up to the Detroit game until Anton Forsberg gets another start. Let's see how it works out. And it's not too hard to predict what's going to happen on this game because, of course, I said the first 4 games of the month, or really the Montreal game to the Nashville game, went well. So what happens? Of course, the loss against Philly. We lose to Columbus, Buffalo, Ottawa, and Montreal along the way. We still have a solid record, though. Are we still in 3rd place? We are still in 3rd place with just a handful of games to go. Alex Ovechkin up to 66 points, 75 games. We're now 5 points back of Ottawa. I don't think we're winning the division. Ottawa, a lot of overtime losses really helping them. Florida, we're only 2 points back, but pretty confident we are still going to get one of these top 3 spots. I probably won't take a look at the overalls here either, or the stats. We'll probably save that for the next episode as we head into the playoffs. Again, I'm sure this episode has been going for quite a bit. And hey, I should say, if you're sticking with me, I really do appreciate it. Detroit, can Anton Forsberg finally get that monkey off his back? He can't. Holy shit. This guy cannot buy a fucking win ever since Malcolm Subban returned from injury. Holy shit. He just cannot buy a win. This is unbelievable, especially after what he did for us last season, the Hamburglar-esque performance. But here we go. Not too many games left. We will sim up to the Buffalo game. Forsberg will have one last chance to get a win. And this is not what we were hoping for. Right, we get the fucking 3-2 win against Ottawa, but Ryan Strome goes down to a concussion. He is out for at least a month. He won't be joining us unless we probably make it into the second round of the playoffs, late second round into the playoffs. This puts us in a really, really rough spot. So here's the deal. Because this game can be downright ridiculous in terms of not letting you call someone up or send someone down, and the cap situation, although we have plenty of space with the cap, the game's screwing me over. So until we get to the playoffs, Matt Niskanen has to be our fourth line left wing. Once we get to the playoffs, we can avoid the cap situation, losing someone on waivers. So that is the situation for now. We're also going to put DeBrusk on the top line. Not sure if that's going to pan out. Fuck, should we do that? Should we do that? What should we do here? You know what, maybe not. Let's do this. We'll have Pasta. We'll keep the top line the same. We'll just call up Johnny Gaudreau. But those are the Lions, at least for the next couple of games until we get into the playoffs. Can we get a win against Philly? We can't. It's a 3-1 loss. A big win, though, over the Florida Panthers. So the good news is that we have clinched a playoff spot. It is guaranteed to be a top 3 spot. That win over Florida was huge for us. We are not catching Ottawa. They have clinched the Atlantic Division title, but we still really need to hope to get these wins to stay above Florida, and it really shouldn't be that difficult. A big game coming up, though, against Buffalo. So here we go. Anton Forsberg, your last game unless Malcolm Subban goes down, and he finally gets that monkey off his back. It's a big 3-2 win. Hopefully that clinches us that final spot, or that second spot in the Atlantic Division, I should say. How is Matt Niskanen doing here at left wing? Tough to tell. Most of those points are probably from before he got here. But let's sim these last 2 games and then see who we have in the playoffs. A big game, though, against Ottawa, a potential opponent in the Eastern Conference Finals. It's a 3-1 loss. That's concerning, but an 8-3 win over the Washington Capitals. We'll do the scouting assignment really quick. And let's see, who are we playing in the first round? And it is the Florida Panthers. So it's the Florida Panthers in the first round, guys. We make the playoffs. Once again, we'll take a quick look at the playoff tree. In the next episode, we'll take a look at what our team did this season, and then we will look as we have a chance to retain our championship and be back-to-back winners. It's Ottawa and Philly on one side, and then we're against Florida. I'd like to think we could win it. Our old buddies Columbus are there. It's going to be a tough road to the finals, but I think we have the team that can do it, especially now that we can get Matt Niskanen off of that left wing spot. But guys, that'll do it for now. Thank you so much for watching, especially if this was a longer episode, but I felt really bad about not being able to upload in the past few days. But hey, next video, it is the playoffs. As always, I'm sure I put some polls up in the top right corner, or whatever the fuck you want to call that little symbol. Let me know what you thought of the 2 trades. Did we do enough? Is this team ready to go? Will we retain our championship? As always, if you've enjoyed, leave a like down below, subscribe for more, spread the word, and seriously, let me know down in the comments what you think. Do we have enough to retain the championship? The road starts in the next episode. I'll see you guys next time.